In the dazzling constellation of the NBA, those legendary players have written their own glorious chapters with blood, sweat, and tears. Every dunk, three-pointer, and defensive play of theirs has become an eternal memory in the hearts of fans. When they faced the last game of their careers, whether they exited the stage in glory or said goodbye with regret, they all put a unique end to their basketball careers. Let's look back on the last games of 10 NBA legends together and experience their basketball spirit and legendary charm. Shaquille O'Neal, the behemoth on the basketball court, was not in his best form towards the end of his career. Playing for the Boston Celtics, injuries limited his performance on the court. He only played 37 regular season games, averaging just 9 points per game. However, the Big Shaq never lost his eagerness for the playoffs. In the second round of the playoffs against the Miami Heat, he was on the court for only 3 minutes before the pain in his Achilles tendon mercilessly ended his game and his glorious Hall of Fame career on a tragic note. In this game, he didn't score a single point, but his dominance and countless exciting moments on the basketball court have long been deeply engraved in the hearts of fans. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest players in basketball history, had a career full of legends. His 3 retirements attracted much attention. In his last comeback, he played for the Washington Wizards. Although he was no longer the Air Jordan who could soar easily, he still had great strength, averaging 20 points per game in his last 2 seasons. His last game was a regular season match against the Philadelphia 76ers. Before the game, people from all walks of life celebrated his farewell. However, he didn't perform well in the game, making only 6 out of 15 shots and scoring 15 points, and the Wizards lost the game. But this didn't affect his status in the history of basketball. He defined the greatness of basketball with his entire career. Wilt Chamberlain still maintained his dominance in the 1972 to 1973 season, averaging 13.2 points, 18.6 rebounds, and shooting at a 73% field goal percentage. His field goal percentage record remained for 47 years. In the NBA Finals, the Los Angeles Lakers and the New York Knicks had a fierce battle. Although the Lakers had defeated the Knicks in the previous season, this time the Knicks got their revenge and won their second and last championship in franchise history. Chamberlain scored 23 points and grabbed 21 rebounds in this game, which was also his last appearance in the NBA, freezing his legend in time. Larry Bird's last NBA game was in the second round of the 1992 playoffs. At the age of 35, he was plagued by injuries. A back injury limited him to only 45 regular season games. Nevertheless, he was selected to the All-Star game for the 12th time with his excellent performance. In the decisive Game 7 against the Cavaliers, Bird played with his injury. In 30 minutes of play, he scored 12 points, grabbed 5 rebounds, and had 4 assists. Although the Celtics lost the game in the end, the tenacity shown by Bird on the court earned people's respect. Kobe Bryant announced his retirement at the beginning of the 2015 to 2016 season, and the whole season became his farewell tour. In the last game against the Utah Jazz, Kobe Bryant ended his career with a crazy scoring performance. At the beginning of the game, he had a poor shooting touch and missed his first 5 shots, but then he quickly adjusted. By the end of the third quarter, he had scored 37 points. In the crucial fourth quarter, he was on fire and scored another 23 points, leading the Lakers to a comeback victory. He scored a total of 60 points in the game, setting the highest scoring record in an NBA retirement game. The Mamba mentality was fully demonstrated in this game. He interpreted his love and dedication to basketball with his strength. Tim Duncan had a long and glorious career. In 2016, at the age of 40, his form had declined when he entered the playoffs. In the series against the Oklahoma City Thunder, he averaged only 8 points per game, and his athletic ability had significantly decreased. In his last game, he scored 19 points, grabbed 5 rebounds, and had 1 block, which was his best performance in the series. After the game, he left the court quietly, without a grand farewell ceremony. He just silently raised his hand to bid a final farewell to the NBA court. His modesty and calmness, just like his performance on the court, were admirable. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had an extremely long NBA career. Even in his 40s, he remained highly productive. In the 1989 season, at the age of 42, he announced that this would be his last season, and the whole season became his farewell tour. In the last regular season game at the Los Angeles Forum, the Lakers held a grand farewell ceremony for him. However, his real last game was in the 1989 NBA Finals, where the Lakers were swept by the Pistons. Abdul-Jabbar didn't have outstanding statistics in the 4 games. In the last game, he scored only 7 points and grabbed 3 rebounds, but his status in the history of basketball is irreplaceable. Magic Johnson's career was full of twists and turns. In 1991, he retired due to contracting the HIV virus, shocking the world. However, basketball was always his passion. In 1992, he returned to the All-Star Game and won the MVP award, and also joined the Dream Team. In 1996, he made a comeback as a player. In his last game, the Lakers lost in the first round of the playoffs due to internal problems. Johnson scored 8 points, grabbed 5 rebounds, and had 5 assists in 30 minutes of play. He once said, "I'm going out on my terms." Although this farewell was tinged with regret, his legendary stories on the basketball court are still told. Hakeem Olajuwon had a glorious 17-year career with the Houston Rockets. He was selected to the All-Star Game 12 times and won 2 championships. After leaving the Rockets, he joined the Toronto Raptors. With the Raptors, his performance declined significantly, averaging only 7 points per game. In the first round of the playoffs, the Raptors lost to the Pistons. Olajuwon played only 15 minutes in the decisive game, scoring 8 points and grabbing 4 rebounds. Although this game was disappointing, his outstanding achievements during his time with the Rockets made him one of the legendary centers in the history of basketball. In the 1968 to 1969 season, the Boston Celtics, led by Bill Russell, were not favored. They were an aging team with only the 4th best record in the East during the regular season. However, they fought their way into the finals. In the finals, facing the Lakers with many superstars, the Celtics, against all odds, forced the series to a Game 7. Eventually, the Celtics defeated the Lakers 108-106 and won their 11th championship. Russell scored 6 points, grabbed 21 rebounds, and had 6 assists in this game, ending his career with a perfect victory. These 10 NBA legends, their last games may have been tinged with regret or filled with glory, but without exception, they have all become part of basketball history. They interpreted their love for basketball in their own ways, and their basketball spirit has inspired generations of basketball enthusiasts to keep chasing their dreams on the basketball court.